Hey everyone, I'm Tim and this is my channel 40 Times Around, and today I'm going to answer the question, what is up with the itinerary, the schedule, being behind schedule. I keep mentioning this in vlogs, so I want to kind of elaborate on why I have structure around this trip. We're going to talk about all of that right after this. Stick around. Okay, so I'm heading south right now. I'm in Wyoming, heading down towards Colorado to meet up with some friends. You know, this has kind of been on my mind lately, and I wanted to elaborate on this question of why do I have structure around my trip? Why do I have a schedule? Trying to ride a motorcycle to all the national parks in itself is a bit ambitious in one trip, in one loop. So that alone, even if that's all I was doing, you have to factor in seasons, weather, so that's part of it. And I started to build a trip around the seasons: summer, winter, fall, spring, all of that. And I decided, okay, I can May 1st was the earliest I could leave. I could hit some of the southern national parks. The weather was still good down there. Slowly start heading north until the weather wasn't so good, head west, and then kind of loop around the northern national parks over the warmer months, which is a pretty short riding season up here. And then I will get to, the plan is, get to the northeast to Acadia in Maine, right around the beginning of fall, and slowly make my way down the east coast as fall is setting in and it's getting too cold to ride and wet and snowy. so weather was a big factor, trying to hit all the national parks. And this is just a personal goal of mine. I wanted to do it. It's been on my list of things to do, is to take a trip where the scope of the trip covers all of the national parks in the United States that you can ride to. And I haven't missed one yet, and I got quite a few left. I think I've been to maybe 30 of them already, maybe more, I'm not sure. So that was, the weather was the first factor I was planning around. But I also had other things I wanted to do. I didn't want that to be the only thing. You know, I wanted to ride the Idaho BDR, so I fit that into my schedule. I also wanted to go to a couple of rallies. Originally, I wanted to go to the BMW rally, which was in Tennessee, and from there go to the Touratech rally, which was in Seattle, a month later, and then a month later be in Montana for Rocky Mountain Roll. And I decided, you know what, the BMW rally is too much. I had to cut that one because it just didn't work with the schedule around the national parks. So there were some rallies, so there were set dates, like, okay, on this day I have to be in Seattle for the Touratech rally, and then I have 1 month to get to this place for Rocky Mountain Roll, another rally I went to. And so I started putting dates on the calendar, fitting everything together. Where do I have to be at what time to be on target to get to this rally? And that all kind of, those mini targets kept me in line for my bigger target, which is getting all the northern states and national parks out of the way before the winter hits. Beyond that, I'm trying to meet with people. Some people from YouTube that are subscribers or patrons on my Patreon page, or just people I've met through the internet that I wanted to meet in person. So I'm coordinating things like that. I need to be able to give people enough notice, which has been a challenge because I've never really been on schedule this whole trip. But I need to have a general idea of, like, hey, I'm going to be in this area at this time. Can you maybe be available to meet up with me? That kind of thing. Also, I have had people like travel to meet me in certain places, and you know, they're taking time from their normal lives to come and hang out with me and spend time with me. So I need to be able to give them dates so that they can plan accordingly and tell them, hey, you know, I'll be in Sequoia National Park on this day. Why don't we meet here? We'll spend a couple days together exploring this park. Or, like, for example, my friend Bob just met me in West Yellowstone, and I had to kind of coordinate that with him. And I had to give them enough notice, you know, like a week or two out to be like, hey, you know, I'm thinking I'll be in West Yellowstone on this day, give or take, you know, a little bit. And so that's part of it. Now, like I said, this whole national parks thing is really ambitious, and I don't intend to travel like this. Once I finish with the national parks, I'm going to slow down quite a bit, and there won't be such an agenda. This is just something I wanted to do as kind of a warm-up lap around the United States before I venture off into the world, into other countries. Kind of my shakedown trip for my round-the-world trip. It's a pretty big shakedown trip, but I'm trying to figure out how the work is going to go, working from the road and everything else. So anyways, I'm almost at my destination here. What else did I want to say? Okay, so it's not really a set, structured, I have to be here at this time. A lot of this stuff was just things I wanted to do. I want to fit a lot into this trip. So it's more of a loose guideline to keep me on track, make sure that I'm not, you know, in Montana halfway across the country and it starts snowing on me because it's October. You know, I keep mentioning that I'm behind schedule, and I have been the entire time, but I keep making adjustments, and maybe I cut something out that I didn't absolutely have to do, or, you know, a lot of times I'm behind schedule because I get somewhere and I'm like, I don't want to leave, I'm having too much fun here, I'm gonna hang out and enjoy this town that I'm in, or this national park that I'm in. It's not so much that I'm rushing through things. If I feel like I want time somewhere, I just take it. I take the time and I enjoy myself, but then I might have to speed things up a little bit and do a few extra miles to keep things overall on target. So it's not that I'm being, you know, so rigid about my time that I'm missing out on things. It's that I have so many things I want to do that I have to be kind of structured about how I fit things in. I'm with my friend Bob. I'll have him check us in. I'm vlogging, so I'm gonna go over here and finish. I'll be right back. So, let's see where this goes. Try to finish this up. So it's not that it's you know, I'm so set structured that like I'm not having fun or I'm not able to do the things I want to do. It's because I have so many things I want to do that I have this structure. Let's see what's down here. Boy, this sky is pretty awesome. So I think that's it. Those are the reasons I have structure. Boy, that's a heck of a dip. Kind of why I have structure around this trip, and a little more about what I actually mean when I say I'm behind schedule. Just means I'm supposed to be somewhere in 2 weeks. I might need to pick up the pace and make up some lost time. Great, it's starting to rain. Yeah, that's about it. That's the schedule. That's why it's there. You know, even when I go up to Alaska next summer, I'm hoping that's the plan, is to get up to Alaska, through Canada up to Alaska and all of that. Well, I'm gonna have to have some kind of general idea of like, these are the things I want to see. I have a short window of time. I want to fit it into I don't know where the heck I am. You know, I have a short window of time to be in Alaska, and I want to make sure that I fit in everything that I want to see while I'm there. So I have to have some kind of general guideline to keep me on track, you know? Or even South America. Like I might, you know, that'll be the next thing after Alaska, is I'm heading to South America. Like this is what I'm getting at too, is like there's a bigger picture here. I have pretty ambitious goals on where I want to travel and what I want to do and see and document and share with you guys. And so this isn't like I have indefinite time to travel in the United States. I'm trying to travel around the world and be pretty thorough about it. So I don't have 3 or 4 years to travel around the US necessarily. You know, everyone says I have all the time in the world now, and it's like, well, I have a lot of time right now, but I don't know how much time. I don't know how long this ride is gonna last, you know. Especially considering the things that are up in the air money-wise and everything else. Like, it's working, I'm making it work, but I don't know, you know. I might only get a couple years, you know, and I want to make sure that I got in what I wanted to see. So that's the gist of it. I feel like I'm starting to ramble. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. That way you don't miss anything whenever I post something new about motorcycles, camping, travel, and adventure. That's about it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ride safe.